HVAC, or heating and air conditioning, namely gas furnace, the pilot light may have been stubborn. One may have tried to light the pilot. It may have come on for a bit or not, and then goes out. And at some point, one has changed the flame sensor, rewired the computer board, opened up the flue to make sure there's no occlusion or obstruction in the flue, and then deja vu, same thing all over again. So one may be confused, perplexed, and aggravated, rightfully so. So the question is, what could be the issue? In any situation, whether it be a gas furnace, whether it be a heat pump, there are so many different working parts. It pays to have a knowledge, and even with a knowledge, one continuously learns new ideas, new tricks, new trade from working on these particular units, and they can be very cumbersome. So, question here. One thing, if a house has been left vacant and the house has not been lived in for a while, and say a year or 2 years, then one notices spiders starting to weave nest, ants starting to crawl in, perhaps mice or whatnot. That situation varies. But now one thing to consider here, this is a pressure switch. So it's sort of like a relay kind of, one takes and it pulls the draft inducer motor comes on. This has got two little electronic parts to it. It's got a little orifice where the hose, and just for kicks, we'll say this is the hose. And what it does is actually pulls in. So if one took their mouth on this and sucked on it, you may hear it go. You may hear some kind of a little noise inside of here. But these contacts have to, basically, it's almost like a relay, hypothetically. And so the sequence of operation, when you hear an HVAC guy say the sequence of operation, that means the algorithms or the steps a unit has to go through to perform properly. And if one is missed or one is not, one sequence is out of whack, the entire thing may go snafu. And so, question here. Say this little hose was attached here. Okay. On the other end, sort of towards the inducer, on the inducer, somewhere thereabouts, there's another little orifice where the other end of the hose plugs into. So, okay. So what happens is when this does, sometimes every blue moon, it's not very often, but every blue moon, so to speak, the little orifice or the little cavity up in there gets blocked up, maybe ants, dirt, especially as mentioned earlier when the house has been vacant for a while. So at some point, one may have to take and remove this, not from this end, from the other end where it connects, this rubber hose connects. Remove the rubber hose, take a thermostat wire or something along those lines, and into that orifice, go up in there. Try not to, my opinion is try not to be too aggressive, maybe with a piece of thermostat wire, and go up in, not into this, but into the other end where this will be attached to this. So follow the hose, pull the hose off gingerly. Sometimes the hose gets a little bit dry rotted if it's been on there for a while. You might have to cut the end off to put it back on. Hopefully you've got enough length. But then stick this up in here, and maybe if there's a little dirt or ants have made a nest in here, dislodge that and break it up. Plug the hose back up on the other end, on this end and the other end, and you may notice that the pilot may still be operable. So again, pressure switch for a gas furnace. Sometimes house being vacant, ants get in there, dirt, spiders, spider webs, who knows what can get in there. And if it obstructs it, it's like an occlusion, and the system will not run properly, and the pilot light may not stay lit. Thank you for watching, and I hope it helps. Have a great day.